but don't run from conflict or drama because you're just not taking the mature step of dealing with it.
Yep. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. I think that's answered perfectly.
And watch out for the Hantavirus.
Yeah, that would be the other thing. Wash your hands.
You.
If you got a rat in your house, make sure it's not pooping on your bread.
Guys.
Welcome to the Revolve Recap Weekly Podcast, hosted by David McCumber and Bill Lackey. Our goal is to help the members of Revolve Church deepen their connection to God, His family, the church, and His mission, while keeping you in the loop with everything happening in our community. Let's listen in to today's episode.
Well, I'm going to welcome us in like the Micro Machine Man. I think I can do it.
Like talking really fast.
Welcome to the Revolve. I can't do it, guys. Welcome to the Revolve Recap. I tried to be fancy.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here last week. And I thought...
I didn't even notice.
No, David, I wasn't here. You didn't notice? You didn't know you're hanging out with Victor and that beard? Well, I wasn't here last week, so I thought, you know what? Let me bring something back for the people.
And you thought the Micro Machine Man?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know if people remember what micro machines are.
I do. They're
machines, but they're real micro.
Yeah, it's what Kevin McAllister put down in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
He put his micro machines down and then they slipped.
Slipped right on their booty.
Well, Bill, I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back too, David. And I want to welcome you to the Revolve Recap Weekly Podcast.
What is this?
Well, it's where we help members of Revolve Church, connect with one another, connect with God, be encouraged in the mission, and basically just do some sweet announcements at the end.
That's true.
But let's be honest. That's not why you're here.
No, you're here for the Quatad.
You're here
People
for the
love
Quatad.
People hit it. And they turn it off once it's done. They're like, we don't care about the sermon. We just want to hear the funny stuff.
I got a Quatad story. Question of the day. Quatad stands for an incorrect acronym of question of the day, just so you know.
Yeah, because question of the day would be Quahad. And it's so hard to say.
That almost sounds like Arabic.
Yeah.
Quahad.
Yeah, Habibi.
So I was in Charleston and we were having like a dinner.
Okay.
And I basically, while we were all prepping dinner, I was like, I got some questions. And we went through like 7 or 8 questions of the day. And people were super into it. I had like a group of like 6 or 7 people just gathered around me. And they're like, oh, I would ride a giraffe around. Like
really?
This. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were into it.
Wow.
I kind of feel like we could make little Quatad cards that it's like dinner conversation cards. Like make up 50 Quatads.
I did it with my kids. We
Quatad?
We did what the one from last week. What animal, if it could speak, what would be annoying?
What'd they say?
Seagull, squirrel was a big one. Squirrel was a big one.
Somebody was going to say seagull for sure. Yeah.
We already do like voices for Max and Nibbles. Yeah. So like that was like kind of already one, but I think seagull was the big one and squirrel was like, and then our chickens, like if we could hear our chickens talking.
Yeah. Oh,
like
what would my rooster say? I just feel like he'd be like, "Let's go!"
Yeah,
like he's always me. Like that's what he's actually yelling. He's like a total Chad. He's a major frat boy. My rooster.
What if he's Muslim and it's a call to prayer? He's just like,
oh, you are gonna get canceled.
I'm gonna get canceled.
No, I just assume he's like a major. He just wants to play flip cup or something like that. And he's just
he's like, who wants to play beer pong? 4:30 in the morning.
Let's go!
All right, so what's the Quatad today?
I kind of want I want like a rooster t-shirt of that. Him just like in his cacaw.
Yeah. Well, AI can make that for you in 15 seconds. Well, maybe an artist like myself would take 3 hours.
I'd rather have my friend make it.
You'd have to pay me $185.
And by my friend, I mean Chat GPT. It's my only friend.
Chad GPT.
Chad GPT. Yep. All right. Quatted. David. And this is going to be great for David because I know it's going to be a good one. What is the most ridiculous purchase you've ever seriously considered?
That I didn't actually make?
You didn't actually do it, but you were like really close.
Oh, man. Well,
maybe Melissa shut it down, but like you were like, I'm
going to buy a violin. You know that story?
Yes. Yeah.
So I bought a violin
story. Yeah. Nailed it too.
Man, I don't know. When I want something, I go all in.
All right. Well,
like, oh, you want to buy a sailboat? You don't know how to sail? You have to bring it home from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Bought it. Sailed it home.
So you can't think of one?
Oh, say it again.
What is the most ridiculous purchase you've ever seriously considered? Or maybe you bought it and returned it.
I don't know. I usually buy it. I usually go in. It's hard talking me out of it. I've bought violins. I've bought boats. I've bought.
So you don't have one?
I bought Max, that dog. We don't even know what he is.
He's like, yeah, he's not a dog.
I don't know. I can't think of anything. I bought that big bag of M&Ms in Indonesia.
Gummy bears.
Like
5 pound bag.
Yeah, it was like $85. And I was just like, I don't care. I'm buying it. I don't know. What about you? I feel like, what do you got? What did you buy? But you're like Mr. Amazon return guy. Like you have like a meeting every Friday with the Amazon return.
First of all, like people. most of my purchases they're not like large obnoxious purchases. They're small stupid purchases.
Yeah, I would say the boat was probably the biggest like
dumb purchase.
Yeah.
But I would say during COVID, I think I went too deep on YouTube.
Okay.
And like convinced myself that I was like, I need one rifle to rule them all.
Okay.
And I was like convinced myself that I should buy like a NATO chambered scout rifle just in case.
Yeah.
In case things go south. Like I gotta be ready. Protect my farmstead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, the difference between you and I is I own an AR-15. Like I thought I needed it and I still bought it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm a bad person to ask because I don't.
Well, then I'll give you another one. I got another one. No, don't. No, that's not. Conversation's done. This one's even better.
I really want a 3D printer. I feel like that would be like a cool purchase.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get like a $200 3D printer.
I would buy like a $10,000 one.
Yeah, that's a good example. Okay, so here we go. This Hantavirus.
I haven't heard anything about it until prayer time today. You brought it up during prayer.
You haven't heard about the Hantavirus?
No.
Hantavirus. It's haunting you, okay? Hantavirus, a.k.a. Black Plague.
That's like...
I'm pretty sure.
Ring around the rosy. Wasn't that about the Black Plague?
I think Hantavirus is the Black Plague, isn't it?
We all fall down.
I'm going to see.
The Black Plague wiped out half the universe.
They're fundamentally similar, which in my mind means they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, Hantavirus on a cruise ship coming out of South America. A couple people got sick. Now they're quarantining. Everybody's freaking out about it.
Except for me, because I didn't even know anything about it.
You're going to know about it because the people who got off the cruise ship have to quarantine for 42 days, which it's an incubation period is 1 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
So here's what I want to know. What is David Don't Mess Around McCumber going to do if the government says we're just pausing for 8 weeks to stop the spread?
8 weeks? It was 2 weeks.
With COVID, but this is Hantavirus is going to come haunting you. 8-week incubation. So I want to know, what is David McCumber, Eagle? What is David going to do if the government's like, hey, just 8 weeks to stop the spread? Be safe.
I'm going to start doing some push-ups. I need to get in fight. I need to get in fight shape.
Well, he's like, and that's what you would do during the incubation, just like during 8 weeks.
Just be push-ups and just protein, and then I would come out, and they'd be like, David's ready for war, because I'll be ready, because I'll be doing push-ups the whole time.
So if you were shut down for 8 weeks, you just push-ups, no squats, just push-ups.
I don't need to do squats. I got strong legs. Push-ups. I gotta get strong. Because if you shut America down for 8 weeks,
shut America down,
it's gonna get crazy.
It is going to get crazy.
And I need to be ready.
With push-ups.
With my push-ups.
It's a good thing I didn't buy that scout rifle. I didn't buy it, guys.
Yeah, well, I did.
But I do have a boar hunting spear that David Walker got me.
Where did you get that? Did you get that in Africa?
No, but he got it in honor of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Is that going to be a thing? You think that's going to be a thing?
All I know is that
is this another conspiracy theory
Emma's
episode?
Class chat. No, on Emma's class chat, because one of the kids saw a TikTok video, and I tried to explain to Emma, I'm like, tell your friends that this is just fear mongering because they want to get views on TikTok.
Okay.
she was showing me their class thread. Their entire class chat was like, no one's making me get a shot. I was like, these kids, they went like, they had COVID damage, those kids.
They got ticks.
And they were like, I will lose my mind. That's what it was. It was basically like Jerry Maguire.
I saw some people wear masks this weekend.
Hantavirus.
And I thought it stood out to me because it's been so long since I've seen people wear masks. And I saw like 3 people wear masks this weekend.
I feel like,
and that's now it makes sense to me why.
I'd rather go from the Black Plague than like
the Wu flu.
Yeah.
It just doesn't it doesn't have the same, Wu flu. It seems so sissy, but like the Black Plague is like coming for you.
War Pigs is playing in the background.
Yeah, like the Black Plague.
Yeah, 100.
That doctor shows up with the long thing, from like the 1800s.
What were they called? Oh,
I don't know, scary crow masks.
Oh, yeah.
But that was from the Black Plague.
I wish I had one of those on right now.
You will when I put your face in AI for the thumbnail.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There's like some Black Sabbath playing underneath at that funeral. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The old Black Plague got him. Yeah. Oh, man. Eden's going to grow up as an orphan.
An orphan of the plague.
Yeah.
Plague orphan. But she would run. It would be like a Mad Max commune.
Oh, yeah.
And they would call them the plague orphans.
Yeah, it'd be her and Corey.
Yeah, she just have like a bandana tied around her.
Yeah. Corey looks like a tauntaun. He's like, they're not a tauntaun. What are those?
That's close enough.
What are those?
Tusken Raider.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it.
Oh,
guys,
wow.
Plague orphan.
Yeah.
It's a new t-shirt design.
Plague orphan. If we start printing them now, we'll get ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Oh, there's somebody right now who already is putting like t-shirts on Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's all about the Hantavirus.
You're going to get haunted by the Hantavirus.
Haunted by the Hantavirus.
All right. I don't remember what the Quatan was, but I'm all fired up now.
Nobody makes me a plague orphan.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Plague Orphans. That's a great name for a band.
Yeah.
Plague Orphans. Mailbag. All of our things today are going to be with that. That's it. It is settled. All right, David.
All right.
Are you ready for
Hantavirus?
you give me the instrumental underneath.
Well, we got to take a break. Take a break.
All right, but when we come back, we're going to come back to Sermon Recap. All right, David. I can't even. David, welcome back. It's time for Sermon Recap. Brought to you by Plague Doctors.
Yes.
All right, David. Sermon Recap.
Sermon Recap. Billy, they're going to start calling you Billy Bangers. Because that's what Vic calls something's good. That's a real banger.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real banger. Man, I don't know. I feel like every week when I talk to you about the sermon, I'm like, that was my favorite sermon ever.
Oh, you can't say that, Davey.
But it can't be my favorites. But I guess it could be my favorite
unless
this week.
Everyone is better.
It just keeps getting better each time. And then when I don't say it, you're like, oh
man, I must have really dropped that ball.
But no, I felt like and I think it's the Holy Spirit working in our church and in my life and through you and the word. But it just was super, super encouraging. 1 John chapter 2.
Just 2 verses.
Can I read it?
Yeah. I mean, I just take all that time.
I love sermons like yesterday's sermon where it's just like, you're just going to go slowly through and just like kind of dissect like each line.
Sure.
It was really powerful. So, my little children, I am writing these things to you that you may not sin. But if anyone does sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ, the righteous. We have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ, the righteous. And just, our identity as being the little children, the desire for holiness and the seriousness of sin was addressed, but then also like self-condemnation and knowing that Jesus is advocating for you for the Father. So like that should like increase our like our own self-value.
Sure.
And it just was like, man, just really, really good stuff. So I don't know. I guess it's not really a recap. That was just my like takeaway.
So what was the one thing that you left kind of thinking about?
I think I feel like it's not a new thing, but it was a reminder that when the Holy Spirit convicts you, it's gentle, and it's like with a scalpel, and it's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't scream at your wife.
Sure.
Because
do you want to die from the plague?
Yes. Where the enemy, the accuser of the brethren, the devil, Lucifer, the black plague, whatever we want to call him, the dragon, comes at you like with like a chainsaw. He's just like, you're worthless.
Let me get that mosquito.
Yeah. It's like, you're worthless. You're a bad husband. But like the Holy Spirit's like, hey, this is something.
Yeah,
it was wrong. You missed the mark. It was a sin, and it's like, it's gentle.
Yeah,
like, let's work on it. Let's, yeah. So I think that was just like a good reminder of. So we actually had this conversation in my home, and this is why I feel like this was like so timely, because we had this conversation in my house like last week.
Wow,
where Corey had asked me a question, and I can't remember the origins of it, but it was something about like he saw someone had a profile picture on PlayStation of like the devil. And he's like, is that what the devil looks like?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, and the discussion was like, he's like, well, what's the difference between the Satan and the devil and Lucifer? It's like all those like questions you're just like, are like a really big deal. But they're not. You're like, well, it's kind of all the same thing, and like we're kind of missing the point. Let's not like focus on the devil, type thing. But we somehow got around to the devil attacks your identity, and that was on a Monday, and then on Tuesday, something happened at dinner, and I was like, oh, well, just eat your room alone, I got mad and yelled at the kids, and because they were complaining about what Melissa made. So it's like, you protect, protecting my wife. But 5 minutes later, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, there was a better way to handle this. And I just kind of feel like crap. And I'm like, went to the boys and apologized. And Corey said, I was like, you know what? I was just being a bad dad tonight. Like, that wasn't like the right way to respond. And he was like, that's the devil attacking your identity. And I was like, wow, that's really good.
That's good. Good job.
It was
Corey.
like a good reminder that.
Golf clap.
Yeah, it was like, no, I'm not a bad dad. I just lost my patience for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we keep it real. Straight talk.
Straight talk of the Macomber residents.
So that was my big takeaway, was
no condemnation.
No condemnation.
It's good.
Yep. What about you?
My big takeaway was thinking about how much counseling in our society would be solved if we properly understood the gospel. Like that idea of the book, I mentioned it before, A Search for Significance. I think the guy's name is McGee. I'll look it up real quick. Yeah. But I think that, Robert McGee, The Search for Significance. I read it when I was like, maybe like a senior in high school. I might have even read it before I was a Christian.
It's available on Hoopla for free.
But that idea where he says that like justification and propitiation and sanctification and, expiation, all these different facets of salvation, like, are directly related to these common counseling issues. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I deserve to be punished. I have no value. Like whatever these different things. It's like, well, no, that's not true because of this gospel reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of idea.
Huh. So that's kind of interesting. I want to talk more about that.
Well, so it's like, if justification is true.
So common things that people go to a counselor about, whether secular or biblical counseling. It's like, so say Melissa and I, we go to a marriage counselor and, we're having issues.
No, but like, so let's say, for example, the doctrine of justification, let's get the technical definition. All right.
Jamie, look that up.
Jamie, get that. No, the doctrine of justification definition, simply defined, is that, okay, a forensic declaration by God, not a change in their character, but a declaration from God that they are justified based on Christ's atoning death and perfect righteousness. In other words, you've been given the righteousness of Christ. You've been declared not only innocent, but you've been declared righteous in the eyes of God. And so you think about how many people become workaholics, or they become people pleasers or approval addicts, and they go above and beyond to constantly try to prove themselves, and they wind up actually crushing the people around them because of their own insecurities. And it's like, if you understood the doctrine of justification, you'd be free from those burdens.
Yeah.
So that kind of idea.
That book sounds really fascinating. I think that's because I feel like we are seeing a trend, and maybe I'm just seeing it. I'd be interested to hear what your thought is, but I feel like I had this conversation with Scotty recently too. There is this trend of this need for mental health professionals. Like if you go and you are wanting to see a counselor, like there's always a wait list.
Sure.
And be interesting to see how that plays out with like, but also there's this need for the gospel and how the gospel could help with that. I don't know. It's a very interesting thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if counseling is divorced from the gospel, it's just behavior modification and management.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, grab the steering wheel tighter.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of idea. But it's like ultimately everything comes back to the gospel. I'm not saying the counseling's not helpful. It's very relevant.
Yeah.
But it's like the gospel, counseling divorced from the gospel has no actual power to help you, you know? Well, I had a guy who I met with this past week, and he said to me, he had a pretty traumatic history. And he said, I've been in counseling for years. He said, I know exactly what is wrong with me.
Yeah.
He said, I have no idea how to fix it. And I think that's a great summary of what counseling divorced from the gospel.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know what's wrong. I know I have this issue, that issue. This is why. This is where it came from, you know, but I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah. So what would you say is your prayer for those people who were in the congregation yesterday, that this week God would impress upon this in their heart? What would be one of your prayers?
I think that I would say, my hope and prayer would be that when people realize that anytime they dip into any form of self-condemnation, they're essentially saying to God, your sacrifice wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, what you did wasn't enough. I need to beat myself up a little bit more. And essentially it's a form of idolatry, because we start to say, I have higher standards than God.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, Jesus can forgive me, but I can't forgive myself because I'm so arrogant that I'm shocked by my own failure, you know, that kind of idea. And so it's offensive. Like, if we really think about it, to listen to the enemy and to live in self-condemnation is actually quite offensive to the gospel, you know? And of course, it's from the enemy.
Yeah.
The enemy wants to undermine the Lord, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually wrote that down in my notes, what you just said, that, you know, any form of like self-hatred or I mean, whether it be verbal or physical, you know, self-harm, is saying that the cross wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't forgive myself, how can Jesus forgive me? And
I deserve to be punished.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really powerful. So I think it was a great sermon. I think, Bill, I want to, just as your friend, as your co-host, as your congregant, I think you being honest with, you know, what you were struggling with as a high schooler, as a young person, I appreciate that. And I think that not to, you know, brag about you or brag about Revolve, but I do think if you were to, you know, poll the audience, I think that is what people enjoy about Revolve, is that you don't have a pretense of having it all together. And so I appreciate the vulnerability of you to share that. And I'm sure that there were many people in the congregation that appreciated it as well, because it kind of said, look, I'm a regular person who needs Jesus.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, Dave.
Except for Tuesdays when you jump off the bunk bed and
fly.
And you put two legs in at once.
Yes.
But that's only on Tuesdays.
No, but I appreciate the encouragement, and I think it's everybody keep that in mind next week when I pick up smoking on stage. Just to
I saw Jay Baker. You remember Jay Baker?
Nope.
So Tammy Faye and
yeah. Tammy Faye Baker.
And what was the husband's name?
Jim
Baker. Well, their son became a preacher.
Oh yeah.
And he would do that. He would smoke while he was preaching.
Oh,
and it was just like flaunting.
He was French. Was he French?
No, but he would probably. I get these YouTube shorts that come up in my feed that this guy like interviews people, and he'll say like, where are you from?
Yeah.
And they'll say France, and then or like Netherlands or whatever. And I'll say, what's the hardest word in English for you to say? And it's always
hamburger.
It's always so funny.
Hamburger.
It's so funny. Like resume. They're always like, resume. They can't say it. So
hamburger.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. But
wait, well, before we go on, got one more sermon item to discuss.
Really?
Yeah. We had 3 movie references.
That's true, and I only caught one of them.
Yep, 3 movie references, and so
So if you were paying attention, put it in the chat. If you
we're gonna look at the timestamp, so
yeah, so
we know if you cheated.
Put it in the chat because I only caught one.
All right, so the 3 references. Should we tell them?
Sure. Yeah.
3 references. One was
the one I heard was Princess Bride. You said something about being
mostly dead. Second one was Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was a gimme.
Oh, yeah, because I did remember that one. You even mentioned the name of it. Because I remember thinking, because Steven Spielberg being Jewish, you're like, tell me, like when the Nazis' faces like exploded at the end, you were like, Steven Spielberg was like, all right.
Wow,
I see what you did. You never picked up on that?
No, I didn't know.
I thought that was like Spielberg, Schindler's List. I mean, you didn't know Steven Spielberg was Jewish?
I don't see ethnicity. I just see people.
I felt like the Raiders of the Lost Ark when the Nazis' faces melted off.
I just thought that's what happened when you opened the Ark of the Covenant.
It does. But the fact that he chose the Nazis to do it.
Of course. Well, the third movie, I'm a little ashamed of.
What was the third one?
It was Mean Girls.
What did you say about Mean Girls?
Well, Mean Girls, the mom goes, I'm a cool mom. If you girls are going to drink, I'd rather have you do it here.
See, I remember you saying that.
You know it's a movie reference.
No, that's just what moms in my generation would say. I knew like 6 kids whose mom would say that.
Yeah, well, they were cool moms. Not cool.
Not cool. See, if you were like, that's so fetch.
Oh, yeah, fetch.
That would have been like, I would have been
fetch is not going to catch on.
Just stop using I would have said Mean Girls. But when you said that, I didn't take that as a movie reference. I just took it as this. Yeah, that was like the Villas in like the 80s.
Yeah.
So, or 90s, I guess.
Well, we're going to pause. And when we come back, we're coming back for... What you doing on? Brought to you by Plague Orphans.
Plague Orphans.
All right, we'll be right back.
Thanks for hanging out with David and Bill. If you're enjoying the Revolve recap, don't forget to make it official. Hit that subscribe button and leave a review on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. It's the easiest way to stay in the loop with the mission and the family here at Revolve. Go ahead, give that follow button some love. And now, back to the guys.
Welcome back, guys. While we were gone, David is now full-on hypochondria mode, convinced he has Hantavirus.
I feel like my nose is getting congested, like as we're speaking. Like I'm literally coming down with the Hantavirus. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I got it.
I got it. I didn't want it, but I got it. But now I have to get one of those plague masks.
Yep. I'll see you in 8 weeks.
Yep.
My mom would be jacked when I come out.
Just a torso, though. All torso.
I love it. I mean, that was totally the thing. Everybody was like, we're going to shut down. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to work out. I'm not going to eat a lot.
Right.
I'm going to fast.
I'm only going to have boxed wine and cookies.
Yeah. And then everyone comes out a month later like, my cholesterol's up through the roof.
There were some people who you saw after it and they were like shredded.
Yeah.
But then most of us were like, somehow I gained 15 pounds during shutdown.
Yep.
Yep.
So what are we chewing on?
What are we chewing on?
Who's going first? You can go first.
Man.
I went first on the...
I've been chewing a lot about deliverance ministry, and Dave and I we talked about this a little bit last week or 2 weeks ago, saying that we should start talking about it a little bit more because we had all those deliverances, freedom, whatever you want to call it, last year. And when I was down in Charleston, I was teaching a conference on deliverance training. And deliverance, guys, if you don't know what deliverance is basically applying the truth and the reality of salvation to every area of your life, including, lies you believe, habitual sin patterns, and even spiritual, aka demonic affliction.
Yeah.
And it's not like, The Exorcist, like, that's the plague virus.
Sometimes it happens though.
Yeah, but it's mostly about just applying the freedom Christ has already purchased. So I've been thinking a lot about that because I feel like the Lord is stirring things up in 1 John. Like 1 John just feels like God is exhuming. He's like stirring the water, sifting it.
Well, walking in the light and all that is like, I feel like a part of like deliverance is, it's so much of like hanging on in the past.
Yeah,
and you're
hiding
like,
it in the dark.
You're like, I can't really walk in the light because I'm holding on to shame, sin, unforgiveness. And that's really, in your experience, deliverance, a majority of deliverance experiences is rooted in like
unforgiveness.
Shame, unforgiveness.
Yeah, I would say it's unforgiveness, shame. But even like the unrepentant sin it's often like the sin of self-condemnation or the sin of lies we believe or the sin of fear, or it's not necessarily like the sin of I just like, burning squirrels. You know what I mean? It's different stuff.
Yeah.
But most of it comes back to unforgiveness. A lot of it like unforgiveness related to like trauma that then just takes root and it begins to define. And one of the things that I keep thinking about is this idea of if I give authority to anyone or anything to speak identity over me besides God, I'm creating a recipe for idolatry and essentially for problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm drawing my self-worth based upon what David thinks of me, I'm setting David up in the place of God instead of allowing I lost my train of thought.
Instead of allowing the Lord to give you your identity as an image bearer, as someone who was created to do good works in Christ Jesus. But when you're saying that my 8th grade baseball coach said that I was pretty fast for a fat kid.
Yes.
And I've been just holding on to that my whole life, which did happen to me when I was in 8th grade. Pretty fast for a
fat kid. It's actually his tag, his slogan.
Yeah, pretty fast. David McCumber, pretty fast for a fat kid. But
like, a heck of a bugler.
But what's that from?
I just made it up.
Oh. But see, now I just think everything's a movie reference.
That's it.
My kids do that all the time. They're like, what movie is that from? I'm like, I just thought it up.
They're like, no, you didn't. You're not that smart,
like, that's
Dad.
from Billy Madison. We know it is. But you hold on to these things of like I obviously don't always think of that. Sure. But there are things that were said to me when I was a kid that and it's like, oh, well, of course, I couldn't outrun the bear. McCumber. I wasn't fast enough because I was a fat kid.
David McCumber. Pretty fast for a fat kid.
Yeah.
Bought a violin.
Yeah. And an $80 bag of gummy bears in Indonesia.
Bill Lackey has a boar hunting spear he's never used.
But that is putting that, or like the reference that I gave just, last week of if I was to just continue to ruminate on this mistake that I made because I lost my patience with my kid. And then it's like, then I take all this identity of being a bad dad.
Right.
You're like, well, that's not what Jesus sees you as.
Exactly.
And
or someone who's a constant screw up or whatever it might be. It's like, so
and the devil uses that.
Yeah. Yeah. Deliverance is, a very complicated thing, but it's also very simple. I think it just weirds people out. But, I preached that sermon last week in Charleston, and I was really trying to treat it like okay, sell me on this in a sermon, like that kind of idea. And I think it went really well, you know what I mean? And, we could probably put that on our website somewhere, but
yeah, I kind of was contemplating what if, I don't know, I almost thought of it'd be cool to do a podcast where we almost do a commentary on it. I wonder if that would be, I don't know.
Pastor reacts.
Yeah, but if we were to take 3 points of the sermon and instead of just listening to the sermon again, being hey, we made this point, and then allow you and I to talk through.
Sure.
Might be kind of a fun episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or we can just put the link up. People can watch it.
Well, we ran into Zach last week in front of the office. Yeah. And we talked about doing Zach Reacts. So maybe you just watch the sermon in real time with Zach and we just...
just let Zach react to it.
Just let Zach react to it. Oh, it's a terrible point.
That's a horrible point. I definitely would not agree with that.
Yeah.
But no, but I do think that deliverance is... I want to say it's got a bad rap because there is a potential for extreme sensationalism.
Yeah.
But I feel at Revolve, especially with the kind of going through it slow last week or last year with the Freedom Series and the way that, it's been handled by the elders and stuff, I think we've done a good job of not downplaying it, but also not upplaying it and making it a bigger deal than it needs to be.
We're just playing it.
But it's true. The Lord wants us to have freedom. And in the name of Jesus, we have freedom, but we aren't fully accepting that. And we're holding on to some things.
And I would say if you guys want to learn more about deliverance, then you should let us know. Then we can maybe start talking about it a little bit more on our podcast.
Yep.
What about you? What are you chewing on?
What should I say? What you chewing on? I'm chewing on right now that my guitar at home isn't in drop D, so I can't play heavy metal. But when we start
that electric guitar over there,
when we start our new band, what's it called?
Plague Doctor? No, Plague Orphan.
Plague Orphan. Wonder who you think? I mean, Keen Cameron would probably want to be in Plague Orphan. He's into that.
Yeah, Keen would be into it. Caleb would be all about it.
Yeah.
Because Caleb, he grows hair out again.
Yeah. Wow. Plague Orphan. So what have I been chewing on? I feel like we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
That's right. Sometimes you chew for a long time.
I've been chewing on this idea of being in the presence of the Lord and kind of how do you enter into that presence? How do you because it's on Sunday morning when you have worship and it's you're singing and you're with the body. It's I feel like I'm in the presence of the Lord, or I'm watching a sunset and it's really beautiful. But it's how do while I have to wait 15 minutes to pick up my kid from school and I'm waiting in the parent pickup line, how do you get in the presence of the Lord then?
Yeah.
How do you get in the presence of the Lord when just you're before bed? How do you you lay in bed and your mind's kind of replaying the day? How do you get into the presence of the Lord? I've really been thinking about this idea of using gratitude as a tool to enter the presence of the Lord.
Enter his gates with thanksgiving in your heart. Enter his courts with praise.
So what I've been trying to do, and I don't want this to become a workspace thing of if you do this, you enter the presence.
4 of them. 3 of them doesn't work. 4 of them.
Yeah.
10, too many.
Crazy. But the idea of just if there's a time of waiting and you don't want to get your phone out and play on your phone, just replaying your day and thanking the Lord and using that as a tool to enter into God's presence to just enjoy being with him. And it's just something I've been doing the last 2 days, 3 days now, went to bed. And I said, I'm going to think of 10 things today that I can be thankful for.
Sure.
And it's just could you think of 10 things that you messed up? Which is something that, I do where I'll lay in bed and oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I did that. I played the wrong chord in this song.
Yeah.
And it's easy to kind of be self-condemning while you're laying in bed. But then to be like, you know what are 10 blessings or like 10 things that I can thank the Lord for? And so it's just kind of been a little exercise I've been trying to do. And then like yesterday I was sitting out on my back deck. It was a nice, afternoon, and the kids were playing video games and Melissa was reading a book, and I just was like, I'm just going to think of 10 things.
Yeah.
It's like so easy to get your phone out and be like, oh, I'm going to play a round of chess, or I'm going to do Duolingo. It's
Is that what you guys call it? 10 things?
What?
Is that what you guys call it? You're like, I'm going to think of 10 things.
That's just been a number that kind of like.
No, I'm saying, like, if I said to Melissa, give me 10 things, would she know what I'm talking about? Because what if she thinks about the movie 10 Things I Hate About You?
It would be sad if she could rattle them off like really quick. She's like, oh, finally, I've been waiting to have this conversation.
She's like, your penmanship is atrocious.
No, I have been having this conversation with Melissa as I've been thinking about it, but I don't know, because we don't call it 10 things. I just 10 things was kind of like the number of like, if you're going to go for a walk, you're like, I'm going to hit my 10,000 steps. That's a goal. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't.
I love this a lot.
But I did it like yesterday. You actually came up to me right before service. You're like, what are you doing? And I was like, before service, I was like, I'm just going to pray through 10 bits of gratitude that have already happened to me this morning before I go up to lead worship.
And because you did it, we were in the presence of the Lord.
No, see, now you're getting into legalism.
I'm just joking, guys. But I do like you got to have an attitude of gratitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Because it's so easy to think about like all the bummers. Like, oh, it's raining out right now. And
oh, it's nap weather.
I got the Hantavirus right now. And
we had prayer this morning. I think I almost fell asleep on my Bible like 7 times.
I fell asleep 3 times during prayer. I totally fell asleep.
I was really, and I would, how you can catch yourself when you start falling asleep because your breathing gets real rhythmic. And all of a sudden it's like, and meanwhile, Angela's next to me. And I felt like she heard me fall asleep. I feel like she probably heard.
Yeah.
And Linda, she definitely heard me fall asleep.
Yep. So that's what I've been chewing on. Just trying to be deliberately grateful and finding times to do that when I would normally just zone out or put some music on or play a podcast.
10 things.
If I'm cutting the grass, it's like so easy to just listen to a podcast. But it's like, oh, if I'm cutting the grass, let me just like think of things I'm grateful for.
What about you?
What are you grateful for?
Listener?
What do you need deliverance from?
That's it. Those are your two lists.
Your 2 questions.
2 questions.
And do you have the Hantavirus?
And the Quatad.
So how did they get this Hantavirus? How did they get it?
From rats.
Oh, because they were playing with rats. Because the last cruise I went on, they had a
Hantavirus?
No, they had an excursion where you'd go play with rats. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ziplining instead.
You get it from like rat poop or something like that. And it's like, maybe you stop playing with rat poop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ate like pizza and like steak when I was on the cruise.
Not rat poop?
I didn't go for the rat poop. There was so much free ice cream.
So my kids were like, and then we'll pause, but my kids were like, how come these things don't happen anymore? And I said, because we have basic hygiene now.
We wash our hands. I don't drink water out of a puddle. Like, praise the Lord, we live in a society where we have things like soap. You know what I mean? And so I tried to explain to the kids, like, you left your food and then like a rat would poop on it and you wouldn't know. And you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to eat this sandwich. Oh. Yeah.
Before you know it, you got the Hantavirus.
Remember when we were in Honduras? That was like one of the things. When we would dig a well, we would have to go around and they would do education of being like, hey, don't let your donkey poop
on the well.
Because
then the water gets dirty. It gets poo-poo water.
You get poo-poo water.
Yeah. All right.
And then you get the Poopavirus.
Yes.
What's next?
Next, we're going to come back. Yeah, but when we come back, we're going to come back for...
Hold on.
Mailbag. All right. Mailbag coming back.
Got a question about last week's sermon? A discipleship challenge you're navigating? Or maybe a question of the day that David and Bill need to answer? We want to hear from you. Send your thoughts and questions over. info@revolvechurchnj.com. Your voice is a huge part of the conversation, so don't be shy. Drop us an email and you just might hear it on a future episode.
Hey, welcome back. It is time for mailbag.
Man, Bill has an announcement that he wants to make so bad.
Mailbag.
And he's so mad at me because I won't let him make it.
I have permission to share it.
Really?
I do.
All right. So while we were on the break,
I think. Wait, whoa. I can see the little.
I'm trying to build suspension. I'm trying to build suspension. While we were on the break, Bill got while we were on break, Bill got a text.
Mm-hmm.
He should have his phone off, but
I came in on my laptop. That's why I remember when I was doing it. I was answering Machuna on this, and all of a sudden I was like, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah,
it's because the text came through.
Yep,
and you bailed me out.
Yep.
But listen, we don't have time for that. Instead, we're going to do a mailbag. Okay. Here's your first mailbag question.
Melissa just texted me.
Listen, here's your mailbag question. David.
Yes.
You don't know who this is. I'm just going to tell it. It says, David, I just moved to Hawaii.
Okay.
And this girl followed me. Should I propose to her?
And what?
Yes, Drew, you should.
Yes, Drew, you should have proposed to Hannah.
Did. Drew and Hannah. Getting hitched, getting married.
Oh, man. I am so excited for them. Look at them. I got a picture here on my phone.
This is ASMR applause.
Oh, they look so happy in the picture. Maybe I'll put
Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations. Yep.
Well, Hannah's off the market, boys.
Yep. You guys.
Drew's off the market, girls.
Man, Seth was really hoping that's Hannah would hold out for him. I mean, I was like, come on, Seth.
That's like Eden is holding out for Justin.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Justin, just wait another 10 years. Congratulations. So can we give a little, so Drew and Hannah are in Hawaii with YWAM. They're doing some YWAM training.
YWAMing, what up?
Yep. So, and that's all we can say. Yeah. They got engaged.
The funny thing is right now, they're texting me and I said, Drew, can I tell you? And he's like, yeah, I don't think anybody's watching the podcast right now. And Hannah goes, it's a podcast, not a radio show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not live. It's not a live stream, Drew.
Yeah. And you know what? We have been getting some increased viewers.
Actually, Gina texted me and she said, apparently the key to having a successful podcast is have Victor do it.
Really?
Yeah, because Victor had so many views.
You're out. Actually, Fran had more than Victor.
Well.
So. All right. So what do we got? Mailbag. So that was your first mailbag.
Second mailbag is should Bill quit?
Should Bill? I got a letter from Bill from North Cape Med.
It says should Bill quit?
Should Bill quit? No, Billy. You have such great chemistry.
We do have great chemistry.
Bill on the road. Our chemistry was built, forged in fire.
Forged in fire. Okay, listen. Real questions.
All right. Who's it from?
This one is from Frank in Frankfurt, Germany.
Frankfurt?
Yeah, it says super.
Yeah, super duper.
Big super fan.
Yeah.
First time caller, long time listener. And he says, what if people in my discipleship group don't like using the Discovery Bible Study?
I thought you were going to say, what if people in my discipleship group don't like me?
No, that's another question.
That is another question.
No, what if people in my discipleship group don't like using the Discovery Bible Study?
Yeah. So the Discovery Bible Study, for those of you who might be new to Revolve, or you're new to the podcast, or you're new, Discovery Bible Study is a method of studying the Word. And it's a series of asking questions like, it's real quick. I'm going to do Discovery Bible Study in 1 minute. Set your timers.
Okay, ready, set, go.
You look back, you recap your week, you talk about things if you shared, if you were obedient to what you learned. Then the next section is you look up, you're reading the word, you're asking questions like, what does this teach about God? What's this teach about man? If it's true, how do I obey it? And then you spend the third part of your study talking about, hey, I want to share this. How am I going to obey it? How am I going to live this out? And that's about it. But what we have found,
David,
is it is repetitive, and people at times will not like the Discovery Bible Study because they feel like it's almost too simple. Sometimes people want to get into the Hebrew. They want to get into the Aramaic
chapters in Daniel.
Yeah.
And
I think I don't know. What's the answer? What's the answer?
I think the bottom line is this. First of all, I get it. Some people don't like the Discovery Bible Study. I personally think that's because there's maybe something they don't understand about the Discovery Bible Study.
Yeah.
Because I just did it. I just did a DBS with, 24 people last week who were elders, pastors, and leaders, and we had an incredible conversation.
Yeah.
On like 3 verses from Hebrews. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that for people, they don't maybe understand it, or they think it's simple, even though it's not. But I will say this. The important thing is the DNA. And the DNA is that in the full Discovery Bible Study, or a 3/3 group, we call it different things sometimes, there's accountability, there's prayer, there's sharing, there is vision casting, you're looking to the Word, you're asking questions, letting the Holy Spirit be the teacher, letting the content of the Word be the content instead of my teaching or John MacArthur's teaching or whatever it might be. And then it's action oriented. Truth is meant to be shared. Truth is meant to be applied. Truth is meant to transform us. And so if you say, we don't want to do the Discovery Bible Study, we want to just study in our own way, that's fine. But then don't compromise accountability. Don't compromise sharing. Don't compromise vision. Don't compromise action. And in other words, typically when people say, we don't want to do the Discovery Study, what they mean is we want to study. We don't want to apply. We don't want to share.
Yeah.
We don't want to be held accountable. I don't want to have to come up with a concrete action step.
Yeah.
If you want to study in a different way, just don't spend 98% of your time studying.
Yes.
And then 2% of your time saying bye-bye to your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the observation I've seen as well. People who don't want to do the Discovery Bible Study want to spend a majority of the time studying it and not applying it.
Yes.
And I'm painting with a broad stroke.
Or being accountable.
And that's not
that's
not the truth for everybody. But
it's the pattern.
So for my discipleship group, we don't do a Discovery Bible Study where we go step by step and ask what's to teach about God, what's to teach about man. But the first 20 minutes of our group is accountability, looking back. The second 20 minutes is reading the Word and asking questions about the Word. And then the third 20 minutes is the way we say it is, how do we live this out? Or how do we put skin on this?
Exactly.
And it's like, how do we apply this to our life today? And so it's still that kind of Discovery Bible Study.
Yeah.
But
that's what I mean by the DNA. Yeah. Catching up, holding each other accountable, looking to God for truth, and then how do you obey it and share it?
Yeah. So if you have an established discipleship group who is resistant to the Discovery Bible Study, I would agree with like what Bill said, is I would say have accountability, have time in the Word, and have action steps.
Yeah.
If you are leading someone who has never read the Bible before for the first time,
stick with the DBS.
Stick to the DBS because it is easily reproducible. It's going to give the person really healthy DNA.
Yeah.
And I would kind of say it's a non-negotiable.
Simple things multiply.
Yeah. And so existing DG discipleship group, I would say get the principles of the DBS.
Sure.
Have accountability. Have action steps. If it's a new Discovery Bible Study, it's a new believer, I would say stick strict DBS.
Mm-hmm. All right, second mailbag question.
Oh, am I going to ask you?
Yeah. Can you read it?
Oh.
David's blind, guys.
I am. Okay.
Did you find it? Can you see it?
I can see it. I'm too busy. I'm seeing Hannah and Drew's texts coming up on the corner, though. I want to read them.
They just broke up. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
What if I need a break from my new fiance? What do I do? No. So here's the second question in the mailbag. I think I need a break from leading my DG. What do I do?
Take a break.
There you go. And that's the mailbag 2026. See you next year.
If you need a break from leading your discipleship group, that just makes you human.
Yeah.
Be honest. We got to get past this pretense of like us acting like we're supposed to be perfect, like we don't get tired, we're super people. Just get that crapola off of the table.
Yeah. You
sit down with your DG and you say, guys, just feel like I'm really tired. I've been doing this a long time and I just need a break. Okay. And they're going to say, that's great. And the correct question or the correct response from your friends should be, that's great. Do you still plan to attend or do you feel like you need to take a break entirely? Okay. Yeah. Now, if you take a break entirely, no big deal. Take a break if that's what you need. But if you're trying to leave your DG because there's unresolved tension and you just don't want to be a man or a woman and deal with it, no bueno.
No bueno.
And so like if I say,
be a man.
If I say, David, I'm in a really busy season of life. I just had a baby. This is going on. That's going on. I think I need to take a break from leaving my DG.
I have the
Hantavirus. My good friend David would say, dude, I totally get it. Different seasons of life is an ebb and flow, 100%. But if I'm like, David, you always hear me complaining about Glenn, and now I just feel like I need to leave my DG. I don't want to lead anymore. David, a good friend should be like, is this because you don't want to deal with the tension with Glenn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you need to check your heart motives. If you just need a break, that's fine. People need sabbaticals. People need breaks. Gina took a break from leading a DG. It was refreshing to her spirit. But now that she took a fresh from leading a DG, she's like ready to get back into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it was, she'd been leading a DG in some form or another for over a decade.
Yeah.
Like she needed a break. You know what I mean? But
sometimes
you don't run from your group.
It's nice to just attend a DG and not be leading it. Yep.
Just attend DG and don't lead it. That's fine. But don't run from conflict or drama because you're just not taking the mature step of dealing with it.
Yep. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. I think that's answered perfectly.
And watch out for the Hantavirus.
Yeah, that would be the thing. Wash your hands. You. If you got a rat in your house, make sure it's not pooping on your bread.
Guys.
Corey swore to me he got mac and cheese the other night with ranch. Oh, I know. It's gross. I hate it. But the ranch had like pepper in it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there's poop in this. There's fly poop in this. And I'm like, it's pepper.
First of all, what does a fly poop look like?
You can't even see a fly poop.
Nah, it's so small. It's so teeny tiny.
Yeah. So, but now that I know, maybe he's got the Hantavirus, and that's where I got it from.
He's got a quarantine for 42 days in your house. Can't go anywhere.
Bill, I need to take a break from my DG because I gotta murder my family.
All right. We're gonna take a pause. And when we come back, we're coming back for the announcements.
Whoa, that was hardcore.
That's if you don't speak Plague Orphan, that's
Plague
announcements.
Orphan. Yeah, if you're in Plague Orphan, that was our heaviest song yet.
Well, it's making an announcement. All right, we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we are back. It's time for our announcements. Exciting stuff.
It is.
Wonderful things. Announcement number 1.
Announcement number 1 is birthday baptism.
I was going to give a different announcement.
Oh, go for it.
Maybe we'll do it together.
No, maybe. No,
some people got engaged. Announcement number 1.
That's
I'll
true.
say one name, you say the other name.
Okay.
You go first.
Drew.
Drew and
Hannah
got
engaged
in
Hawaii.
Guys, give them a round of applause. Congratulations, Drew and Hannah.
Yep. We are
happy for you guys.
We
Looking up.
Yep. So we have actually have a missions trip planned to go to the wedding in Hawaii.
Yeah,
we should all go.
Guys, they fell in love on a missions trip. So if you need any motivation
to go on a missions trip, love
is a great.
That's where
motivator.
we fell in love. But it's a different love. It's a brotherly love.
Phileo.
Yeah.
Yep. Brotherly love.
Yep.
Ride or die.
But it actually is true, though. If you really want to deepen friendships with people, it's done in the missions field. It's done serving side by side.
I know this isn't on our list, but guys, we got some mission trips planned.
We do.
So one is we're going to be going to it looks like we're going to do a seed week in New York City the week of July 6th.
Okay.
And so far it's just me and Keen.
Nice. Keen actually told me yesterday.
Yeah, but he's excited.
He told me it was the first week of June, so you may want to let him know.
I should probably let him know. We talked after the service, though. So July 6th that week, we're going to be organizing a trip up to New York City to share the gospel among unreached people groups. And then in October, we're bringing a team to Southeast Asia to do a seed week in the islands of the largest Muslim nation in the world. You should come to that too. It's not Hawaii, David. All right, so that's announcement number 1 and 2. Announcement number 3, David.
Baptism and birthday bonanza, May 31st at Southern Cape Christian School.
That's right.
Now, this is 14-year birthday party. 14 or 15 years?
14 years old is Revolve. Years.
So
adolescence should be the best years are coming.
Oh my gosh, 14. That's like junior high. We're gonna get pimples.
Oh gosh,
we're gonna start. Voice is gonna start squeaking.
Hey
guys.
So
I got a crush on somebody. I got a crush on everybody. Actually, nobody loves me. That's what we're going into.
Listen, it's May 31st.
Yep.
And the thing you need to know about this is it's BYOF.
No,
it's not your own food. Bring food to share.
Yeah.
It's potluck.
Bring a potluck.
I know some of you guys are like, I miss potlucks. Now's your chance.
Yeah.
You want to show off your meatloaf skills, meatball skills,
macaroni cheese
skills with ranch.
Yeah.
You want to make a brisket?
Don't make a salad. It'll blow away the wind.
No, don't make a salad. Not lobster salad. It will go bad.
No.
And you only have to bring some food to share. You got to bring a chair.
Wow, bring some food to share and a chair.
And make sure you bring a chair.
Yep. When you're going there.
All right, you got a BYO chair.
Yep, BYO chair.
And bring some food to share, okay?
All right.
Next announcement, it's everybody's favorite Friday. Psalm singing Friday.
Psalm singing Friday.
It's for you, Breton.
This is for you, Breton.
May 15th, 5:30 p.m. here
That's
in
this
the
Friday.
Podcast. I know.
I hope people will watch this right away because they're not going to know.
They're not going to know unless they watch it. So I hope you're watching.
Yep.
In the podcast studio,
yep.
Right here, 5:30 p.m. Breton, a guitar, a psalm, and the love of the Lord in his heart.
Yep. And then the next day, May 16th, for all the ladies out there, we have a ladies' fellowship and prayer that gathers in the podcast studio as well, otherwise known as the Revolve office.
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
And I heard that my mom's going to be sharing something. So come listen to my mom share.
She did write a book called I Raised Bill.
I Raised Billy. So if you want to come here, listen to my mom, what she got to share.
I would love if it was just, she just told stories about you.
As I'm saying, have her tell a story. I'm sure she'll give you an embarrassing story.
And then the same day, in the office, is a busy weekend.
It's a busy weekend.
Is the young adults.
4:30 p.m. And I love the way at the church I was at Charleston last week, they said this. They said they have a young adults gathering once a month too. And the pastor said, hey, we have a young adults
12
gathering.
To 50.
No, he goes, we have a young adults gathering. And he said, you may be wondering, am I a young adult? And if you have to ask that question, the answer is no.
Oh, yeah. Fellow young people.
That's it.
Bill and I will not be there.
I won't be there because I'll be in Greece.
Oh, that's true.
I'll be bringing a team to Greece on Thursday. By the time you guys watch this, I'll already be in Greece.
Yep.
Sharing the gospel.
Yep.
All right. And
with George,
eating a gyro.
Or Ahmed.
Yeah.
George or Ahmed.
Pray for us. We'll be sending, actually with the Greece team, we leave on Thursday. We'll be gone a week, and keep an eye on the app for updates and prayer requests.
Also, so next week, May 17th at Tuesday here at the office.
May 19th.
May 19th, sorry.
It's okay.
We have our BASIS group, and a BASIS is a group that gathers. It is for parents of
who have lost a child.
And it's a group that is, and I liked when I talked about this with Fran. This isn't just for people who go to Revolve. This is open to the community.
Yes.
So if you have a family member or a friend that has experienced loss, a lost child, this would be a good time for them to come and have some support with one another. You don't have to talk. You can talk. It's a very welcoming group, though.
Yeah.
So.
And the final announcement is on Sunday at 6 p.m. Revolve just launched what they're calling it a redemption group. It's basically a group for people who are in the midst of addiction and struggles. It's just men for the time being because we're kind of like rolling it out. So that's Sundays at 6 p.m. Encourage you guys to come check that out.
Yeah.
I talked to Chris this morning. He said there were 6 guys there last night. Awesome. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Did they do a Discovery Bible study?
I didn't ask for too many details.
Well, if they did it, they're going to get in trouble.
Wow.
But you're going to have to do it because I'm not going to tell Chris.
If you don't know what David is referring to, you got to go watch the whole podcast.
That's true.
That's a deep cut reference.
That is a deep cut reference.
Speaking of deep cut references, there was 3 movie references in the sermon yesterday.
And if you want to know what they are,
watch the podcast.
Yep. Or listen to the sermon, or you just watch the podcast.
Also, David and I talked a lot about the Hantavirus and the very real threat of plague orphans.
Yep.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, watch the whole podcast.
Yep. And if you don't care,
watch the podcast.
Well, why would they watch the podcast if they don't care?
Well, because if they don't watch the podcast, they're not going to know what I'm referencing when I do this. We're done.
Plague orphan.
All right. See you later. Bye.